The high-stakes interview where the family tech support fired the boss. In my family, if you don't have a corner office, you don't exist. My parents, Victor and Elaine, are obsessed with corporate ladder climbing. My brother, Chad, is a senior managing director, and he never lets me forget it. He spends every Sunday dinner talking about his global strategy and his executive presence. And then there's me. I'm the tech guy. I work from home in a spare bedroom, and I listen to my mother sigh about how she wishes I'd finished my law degree so I could have a stable career. For 3 years, I've been the it support for the family. Hey, my printer is jammed, Chad would text with that pitying tone that says I'm basically his personal servant. Last Tuesday, the servant became the judge. My father and Chad were both interviewing for executive roles at Ethersoft, the fastest growing tech firm in the country. They spent weeks preparing, wearing their most expensive suits, and practicing their power moves in the mirror. This is the big leagues, my father told me, looking at my hoodie with disgust. Try not to trip over your gaming cables while we're out making real money. I didn't say anything. I just waited until they were in the high-rise lobby. I walked into the boardroom 5 minutes before them. I didn't take the seat at the side of the table. I took the seat at the head. The doors opened, and my father and Chad walked in, looking like they'd just seen a ghost. "What are you doing here?" Chad hissed, his face turning a shade of purple I didn't know was possible. "Get out before the CEO arrives. You're going to ruin this for us." I leaned back in the leather chair, my hands folded, my voice as cool as ice. "The CEO is already here, Chad," I said, my voice echoing through the glass room. "And I've been reviewing your global strategy. It seems your last 3 projects were actually managed by the low-level staff you refused to acknowledge. You didn't build those systems. You just took the credit." The silence in that boardroom was deafening. My father's hand was shaking so hard he couldn't even hold his briefcase. You're the founder?" he whispered, his voice thin and fragile. "I am," I said, standing up and closing my laptop with a loud clack. "I started Ethersoft in that spare bedroom you called a waste of space. And while you were busy lecturing me on executive presence, I was building the infrastructure that now controls 20% of the market." I looked at my brother, who was suddenly very quiet. "I won't be hiring you, Chad," I said, picking up my bag, "because in my company, we value the people who do the work, not the people who just talk about it. And Dad, I think it's time you stop worried about my gaming cables and start worrying about your own retirement, because the firm you currently work for, I just signed the papers to acquire it this morning." I walked out of that boardroom, and for the first time in my life, I wasn't the tech guy. I was the visionary. It turns out the person you treat like a servant might just be the one who signs your paycheck.